The sun has entered Scorpio now. That means for a whole astro month, I will be working on this CD, Oblivion is a Happy Home. Oblivion is a Happy Home. What I'm trying to do, and people will say, take your time, use your time, so something to that extent. And here we do have eternity to think. So if I can't put into complete sentences right away what abstract thoughts I have all of time to work with and get it sorted out. CDs aren't just music, it's a whole month with a soundtrack to it. It's the CD is my whole month, my whole astro month for the sun being in Scorpio at that time, and I'm trying to get everybody into my head with me. What I'm trying to get across with this CD is you have to be in your stars. There's not a question of how much potential each person has if they're in their situation. But there's countless other situations. But after every hour 24 comes a new hour 1. There are things you are really good at if potential is actualized. And what you have to do is get people to that place, rethink everything so that it gets you and it gets everybody else, rethink relationships, that it gets you in your stars. See, I think I come across in my toiling around in life some very basic truth, and it is very powerful. The wish is true, and it is your magic wand. What you wish, how much faith you put into that which you wish becomes your reality. So the half-life of all my learning is 30 degrees of the zodiac, or about a month period, a 30-day period. And I start with where I am off of the yester month, like a yesterday, yester month, and I show up. Like, if I'd miss one day in my life, I would be totally lost. I wouldn't know where I'd be. I couldn't keep up because each day there's so much potential in a 24-hour period to accomplish so much in perception, in health, in knowledge, in so much. You have so much you can do in a day, in your waking thoughts, how you can change your external reality. Look at this. Simple thing. You can pick up a cup and move it somewhere else. That's why the external world I see is exactly as my mind looks like. This is what my mind looks like inside. The outside is what my mind looks like inside. And through working the inner mind, the outer world comes into being. That's why when we have not nice people, the whole go to war, when we think defensively, if you don't think up a conflict, there's no way it's going to beat you. So when we have all these people going to war, everybody in the country is thinking attack thoughts. And that's how they get you on Dr. Phil and Oprah on the doctors. Everything. Your child might be eating this toxic. So you put all these locks around the house. And everybody's too afraid that their thoughts really do control the reality of not just themselves, but in shaping other people around you. That's why if you have one grumpy, downer, pessimist, it can bring down the whole house. It really can. Basically, what I'm trying to get across, and I'll title it this, Why the World is Wrong and I'm right. See, when you use a title, you can get people's thoughts thinking one way. See, not just ideas in titles can do that, but words themselves. Like you have the word skiing. Someone's going down the hill with skis on, and the things, they're skiing. But if someone's going down the hill with just the things, you have no clue what they're doing. You have no word. You have no thoughts within to think within. Now I'll tell you why everything's wrong. It's because of our education system, and it's training you to trust the media. It's training you to listen to music, and it's training you to listen to the radio, the computer, and I'm on the computer. Also the television, because the television senses are the 5 fake senses. Each person comes to the world with the different stars, but the wish is true, and it is your magic wand. And the people who know what is going on know this. That they can get through Ryan Seacrest's Top 40 station every 11-year-old girl to have the same 40 songs on their iPod. And they're all by 4 major record companies. And they're all terrible. This whole Usher generation, Usher ruined 10 years, the whole 00 to 10 of music. We lost. They don't even stop the drums in the songs anymore. The whole way through. There's no setup for the I can feel it in the air. It's just, and the wish is true. People want to fit into this little box. First of all, the first box is the English language. They'll give you the words within. You can think the concepts within. At the time you are born, a couple things are true. You are living in the now, outside of what seems to be an eternity, a forever, but within the framework of beginning and end, a storyline, a timeline, something of that matter. What is wrong with the world is she's a hologram, and she tries to eat you up because she knows one thing: no matter what your stars, the wish is true. And if you know what that means, it is your magic wand. But when you get a person thinking one thing, because everything numerically, astrologically, is fixed except for what thinks. So when you have thoughts up here, it affects your whole life. Alright, here is where I am right. And it is that there are 12 jello molds of people. And it's based on the time of their birth, what sign is rising in the sky. Because that means also that all the other constellations will be at the exact same place that the one that's rising is. All 12 of them will be. And that is going to create a timeline that is very fixed, very subconscious, and within these 12 jello molds, if you know how to read the signs of the time, you know what certain people are going to do before they can actually do it. And you can market around these people. And you know these people are going to grow up and be parents. And they're going to teach their kids to go to school. They're going to teach all this defensive war, military, army is good. They're going to teach them the words of the English language. They're going to teach them submission to a blind authoritarian. They're going to put them out there with all the other and I cannot complain because remember this is all taking place in my mind.